Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the fuck up.
This is actually way warmer than I did this as a silly goof and a gaff, but it's actually really warm.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, is your
I think
heating
it's
still
because
broken?
it's my own like carbon monoxide is just heating me up.
It's slowly poisoning you, but you know.
That's fine. I'm just slowly dying. It's fine.
Is your heating still broken?
Yeah.
Oh.
Supposedly, a guy is supposed to. A guy is supposed to be calling me at some point, but I'm sure that won't happen. So.
All right.
What are we doing today then?
All right. So.
Tier list Tuesdays, baby.
Tier list Tuesdays are back for the second week in a row, possibly.
The second and last time.
Yeah. Our most popular series of all time. What are we? So today we're tiering Kanye's unreleased discography. Discography.
Discography.
Yes. Not every single one of them is here because it'd be very boring to just go through every single Yandhi song and every single Donda song.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would be boring. Not for us, at least.
But like, plus if we'd have included every Donda one, a lot of them don't sound like they're actually finished, and I think that'd be a bit unfair.
Do you know what though? Like that's where a lot of my favorite songs that you've selected, a lot of these where it's my favorites are where he is just fucking mumbling, and like the mix is so bad that it's like he's actually whispering into your ear.
Really? Okay. I mean, I do like being close to him, but
right. Yeah, but more on a spiritual level.
Yeah, I suppose. Wait. Yeah.
So can you see our tier list?
Yeah. Yes, I can see it. Some of them are hard to tell which song is which, but
it's very difficult. But do not worry because I've got them in a folder with the actual names next to them.
Okay.
So when you pick one, I can tell you exactly what it is.
So do you want to go first?
I'm going to start off with something that I genuinely think is an S tier.
Oh, okay.
But it's not for the reasons that I think most people would actually agree with. The 1997 beat tape. The collection of like his
Yes.
soggy bottomed bedroom
Sort of
classified little
Casio
mixtapes
keyboard, like. So you're saying S tier for that?
What? You're already making me doubt myself. Maybe okay, I'd say A tier because I just think that they are like a little window into early Kanye, and like that really demonstrates his actual like creativity when it comes to structure and like mixing gospel and R&B with like rock and stuff. Like I think it's just fucking awesome.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would definitely go with like A or S because I think these are so unique, not just like from like Kanye songs, but hip hop like in general because it feels so raw and just authentic. Like,
you saying unique is actually really good because I generally think like a lot of people around this time all sounded like they were trying to mimic like Tupac and Biggie. This sounds completely different. It's like full on jazz, some of the tracks.
Yeah.
But like mixed still with like these like off beats and stuff. Like it's really cool. Really cool shit. Has he like ever rapped over any of these? Like is there any evidence of that or are these just one-off things?
No, I think this is back from when he was just producing for other people.
Right.
I think some of them have been like bought from like by like studios or whatever, but
still pretty epic. Well done, Kanye.
Good job, Kanye.
Okay, A. Starting off strong.
Yeah.
All right. Hit me with it. Name a song.
Oh, do I get to pick one?
You get to pick one.
I want to go with Awesome.
Baby, you're awesome. You don't need
Oh,
for
okay.
Yeezus.
Yeah.
I-
Before going further, what era of Kanye are you more of a fan of?
I love like early 2010 or 2010s Kanye. Like,
Okay.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy had just come out. He was,
Yeah.
like between
Okay.
then and like Yeezus.
Yeah. All right.
Because this is some of his
good
most
news.
interesting stuff.
I think you know what, it was actually really hard because I was genuinely thinking at least some of these songs for me were going to be like F tier, E tier. I generally don't think any of them are.
No.
Some of them, there's a few that offend me in certain ways to my ear canals, but I generally don't think there's anything bad here.
No, that's the thing with Kanye. He doesn't produce bad songs.
Even the ones that are so under processed and just mixed like a toddler mixed them, they still are good.
Yeah, like there's a few that we'll get to where I think they get like really low rankings for me, but I can tell if they were like if they had finished productions and like were properly mixed, they'd be so much better.
Yeah. All right, so tell me about Awesome then.
Well,
Why do you want to put it?
I really like this because it feels almost a lot more upbeat than what Yeezus was, which makes sense as to why it wasn't on the album. But also it still has that same like industrial sound, which I love. So
It also like, when you listen to a song, if you're going to critique a song, do you ever instinctively have like, because there are some songs I listen to and it's like within the first 5 seconds I can tell if I'm going to like the song or not.
yeah.
Do you ever have that? Do you have that like instant reaction sometimes?
I do get that, but sometimes I also have the exact opposite where I can't tell.
Yeah.
So
So for Awesome, like, I like this. I do really like the song, but when it first starts and you've got that like brass going on, and it's really like wrong. To my ears, it was so out of tune, but not in the way that Kanye usually likes to do that kind of shit. And it just sounded really shit and kind of cringy. I don't know why. It just reminded me of like some like fucking like Mopper Top Shop or some kind of TV show, like kids TV show. But the second it goes past that, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good.
yeah.
And it's also got like the Godzilla theme kind of thing going on with the brass as well.
Yeah, it's got that almost like thumping, like cool like beat to it. It's really. I mean, if I had to pick, I'd give it like C. I think.
Okay, why does it kind of rank a bit lower, or is it just because it's not? It doesn't really. It didn't like stay with me after I listened to it. I don't know if.
Well, it's for me. If it was just a song on its own, I'd probably give it a B or an A. But with how it sort of places with that album, I like, because it makes sense to me why it wasn't placed on the album. Because like the only other song like that on the album was Bound 2. And it just wouldn't have worked having both of these songs.
Okay, that's a really good point actually. And I think all I could think of when listening to a lot of these songs was like, I almost couldn't believe that some of these were left off of albums and EPs. Whereas other songs were put on in place of in place of some of these. I was like, I genuinely couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
But
I think that's why it makes it a bit difficult to rank unreleased songs, because are we judging them as songs on their own or as part of the album that they didn't get on or that wasn't released?
I feel like we can do both. I listen to these taking them as their own songs. Still kind of, I still understand the era of which Kanye made these. You're gonna have more of an insight into like how you think they fit with the album that they were left off of. So you can provide like better insight on that. But yeah, Awesome's good. Although I did write down in my notes, it sounds like a cut song from the Lego Movie or Troll. So
Just because it has Awesome in the title.
I don't know. Maybe that's right. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I'm projecting. I think Kanye would be kind of cool if he did a song for like a shit kids film, and he's
What?
in it.
Like he has like a feature in like Trolls World Tour, or the Angry Birds movie or some shit.
But they bring him into the studio, and he generally thinks this is for some kind of like, this is like Wes Anderson or a Frank Darabont film or Christopher Nolan. And then he provides his dialogue, and then he sees himself as like a little mini hentai doll.
No, I want for the next Angry Birds movie for Kanye to like do a remix of the theme song. That'd be so cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
All right. We should probably move on. So,
yeah,
where are you placing it?
I'll agree with you. I'll say C, because it is. I liked what you said about it's actually upbeat, which is different for this kind of era, and like
it's way more uplifting than the rest of like his stuff at that time. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, go with your next one. We should keep this rolling.
All right, so I'm gonna say The Storm. Switch your attitude. I do like this. Was this scrapped from Yandhi?
Yes. Well,
okay.
It was on Yandhi, but they did another version of it that got onto Jesus is King. But
yeah,
I think this version is so much better.
Thank you. Yeah, I think this just the lo-fi kind of gospel, like, but then it has like the trap elements to it.
Yeah.
And I actually like the kind of the female-centered side of it.
Right.
Like, I just like the kind of empowerment kind of stuff it's going on. But I have to say, I think that XXX, I think his verse fucking destroys the song. Yeah.
Oh my god, no. You're wrong.
Yeah, it does. It lends nothing to it.
I think you're wrong. I'm sorry.
Tell me why his verse lends to the power of the song.
Because it's the power of the beat switch. Like when the music cuts out and you have like he's like really shitty recorded, like it sounds like it was recorded in a bathroom.
It probably
like
was.
His heavy hitting verse is really powerful. I think it works super well.
See, I like his flow, and I do like the way I love the beat switch, but as we'll find out in some of the other songs coming up, there is also beat switches where it doesn't just have to be rapping about getting booty, getting bitches, is being jealous of my racks. It's like, okay.
Damn it! Stop.
Sorry, there's one every episode. I do like XXX's like tonality and stuff. It's just I kind of you could have picked his actual lyrics in this verse out of like any other song. That's my only issue. Like, I like the sound of it.
I mean,
I think when you listen to the choruses, well, not necessarily the choruses,
I will give you lyrically, X is not the strongest on this song.
No. But then, okay, so fair enough you don't agree, but I do think that the Ant Clements like vocals in this are so good.
Yes.
The way they're layered and harmonized.
Yeah, definitely.
And they almost sound like
beautiful.
like the octave. It's just so good.
Right. But. So where would you put it then? Because for me, at first I thought it was like easy S for me, but
this is what I'm saying though. Even for me, it's still an S or an A.
Right.
I just have to get over that verse.
I just go with A then because. Oh my
okay,
God.
good. Compromise.
All right.
All right, go on, hit me.
Let's go. Is a Bad Night.
She goes suck me off like a Capri Sun.
I would give this also A, because I just love the fucking thumping beat in this. Like, it's so like, it's kind of trap, but also like totally its own thing.
Do you think it almost suffers in like it almost doesn't sound like a Kanye song?
Kind of, but like this whole like scrapped album didn't sound like a Kanye's project.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's why I like it actually.
I think it's that it's so unique compared to all of his other stuff.
Yeah.
And I just love the line in like the first verse where he says, "She go and suck me off like a Capri Sun." I just think it's
that did stick out to me as well. That's like, I mean, that's love right there, honestly.
yeah.
All right, where's this going then? A or S?
Let's go A for now, but I might change my mind. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't actually agree with that though, because like, I don't know, the Young Thug verse is kind of weird, but again, I think it's really cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Actually, when I looked at the comments for this song, and a lot of them were like not his best. I was like, like, what do you expect though? Like, I feel like depending on what era of a Kanye fan you are gonna fucking hate some of his stuff.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then love the rest. Like, it's such a sheer cliff to drop off. But
yeah, I think that's what's so great about him though. His sound in like 2004 when like College Dropout released is so like vastly different to what it is now.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, what do you want to do next?
All right. I want to go with, if I can find it. I don't think I can.
I'm just saying we should, because we have a lot of songs and we're already nearly 20 minutes in, so, and we've done
Holy
4,
shit.
so we should.
This might have to be.
Could be a 2-parter.
Oh, shit. All right, so I would say Bound 1.
I wanna fuck you hard on the sink. After that, give you something to drink.
I think it's really cool, but I think the version we got is a lot better. Because I read that apparently Tyler the Creator helped like make the original version of it.
Yeah.
But what they did is they had what's his name, Rick Rubin, the guy who something like that. The guy who produced Yeezus basically came in and just tore the song apart and got rid of all the elements he didn't like.
Whoa. I think I like. I do like Bound 2 better, but I think Bound 1 is a great like intro to it in a way, or an outro. I suppose it's more of an outro actually, because I guess the layering of Nobody to Love and stuff, like how that comes in at the end of Bound 1.
Yeah.
But I love that there's a lot of like the octave synths going on that are really fucking dirty in it as well. Like it's just it's almost like a ballad version.
It is really cool. It feels so like full. Like it's still really
like
electronic, which I think is cool. But yeah, I kind of prefer what we got, to be honest. I just think it sounds a lot more raw.
All right. So where would you?
I'd still give it like B.
Yeah.
I think B's a good shout.
That's exactly what I was thinking. B's a good shout. All right. What's next?
Let's go with. Can we get Bittersweet?
Bittersweet. You're gonna be the death of me.
Because I feel like I'm a little biased on this, because it's not only my favourite rapper of all time, Kanye West, it's my favourite guitarist of all time, John Mayer, even though he just does one single line.
I had a feeling you were going to put this somewhere high.
I think I'm actually not, because I tried to be so extra critical of it for that reason.
Okay.
So I'd put it about C. Because it sounds very not childish, but it sounds like instrumentally.
I literally put it has the entry level childlike theme to it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cute, but then it's like it's a bit like redundant almost. It's kind of like, okay, like
it felt like the sound should have changed over the course of the song, but it doesn't.
Yeah. That's a good shout. But yeah, you're right. Like the instrumentation in it is really cool. Like the first few intro bars are sick. Good chorus as well. Like yeah. I put Yee's cutest beat. So.
It's a really cute beat.
He is cute though.
But yeah, not as impactful as some of his other stuff.
Sick. All right, C tier. All right.
Where are we going?
Okay, now I'm gonna go with. Let me just check where it is on here. I'm gonna say "Can't Look at Me."
People talk shit about me.
Deep down, they knowin' they ain't right.
I really like this song.
Okay.
And have I not got a fucking? Oh, I've got a thing of it somewhere, but I can't tell where.
Is that the one off of Grafx as well?
Yeah.
So
it's got like the whole like the intro to it has got like the arpeggiated kind of synth like, and it sounds super Daft Punk. Yeah. And then the harmonized vocals are sick. It's very like. The only thing like, the vocal is brought like straight to the front of the mix. And brought in, so it's like it's like in your temples when you're listening to it. It's so weird.
I think that's like such a Kid Cudi thing, which I think is really cool.
Yeah,
like obviously they have a great history of working together, and that's the kind of thing that like he really brings to the table, like mixing it, like how to like do the vocals to get like a really cool sound and like really bring them forward.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think I don't know why I just really like it. Like you got like the slurred lines and like the kind of classic out of tune vocals going on. The only thing I put Kid Cudi sounds out of breath in this, and I kind of think it adds to it, but he really sounds like he's struggling. It's kind of funny.
But again, I think that's a really cool like sound to it though. Like it makes it quite interesting to listen to.
All right, where would you put this? Because I would actually put it either B or A. I really like this song.
Well, I think I wrote down B as well, but I think A is still a good shout for it.
You know what? Let's slot another one in A. Although, actually, you know what? No, let's put it in B, because otherwise we're going to get too many in A. We're building it up a bit too much.
Okay, we can always go back.
Right, go on.
Okay. Should we do a Donda track?
Let's do a Donda track. Do you want to do Donda?
Let's do Donda.
The devil is using you, confusing you. Our job is to understand who is who.
Donda intro, whatever
Donda,
it's actually is. Donda intro.
It's just called, I think, intro or the Donda intro. This is, I think, probably my favorite one of the Donda tracks we've included here.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's got like it feels like one of his most personal songs.
Yep.
And I think that's really cool.
It not only brings you closer to God, it brings you closer to Yeezus.
Yeezus himself.
Like, you're right, the personal side of it, like his mum doing like the spoken word clergy kind of intro is so good.
Yeah.
But there's almost not much more to say about it. Like, it's just it's just really good.
Just cool.
I can't believe if this was released like right now. Like, I don't know what's happening with Donda.
Well, we don't really know at the moment. We don't really know like if it is going to come out, but people are thinking it's going to come out this year.
Okay.
Which
I feel like it should. I feel like it's so timely, especially this track.
But I think what's cool about it as well is even though it's such a nice personal song, it's got such a hard verse.
Yeah.
Like his flow and it's really good.
And it almost, in a weird way, it kind of harkens a bit. It has a similar sound to that of like the Graduation kind of era, and like there's just something to it. I don't know. It's quite cool. Like, again, really personal. Like, he just probably came up with this without telling anyone. He's just like, fuck it. But
okay,
all right, where are we putting it?
I mean, S maybe or A.
I think so. I'd
S.
say S, and it's not to be not that we're trying to pander to anyone, but like I think with everything that's been going on recently, this would have been a sick track to just release as like a Black Lives Matter kind of thing.
Kind of.
But
that's not his style.
I think it's more personal than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it probably needs to be part of an album, but
yeah,
like it's such a perfect intro as well.
All right, I'm gonna go for Euro Switch Hands.
Okay.
I have this feeling you're gonna put this at like A or S.
I actually think it's kind of trash. I think
Thank-
it sucks.
Thank fuck for that. I was worried we were going to get into an argument with this
Okay,
one.
no. Because I hadn't heard this one before I made like the playlist, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I love like ASAP Rocky, but
Yeah.
it fucking sucks.
It does suck, doesn't it?
No.
It's almost like it's nothing to do with Kanye. Like that's what I want to give it. I'm probably doing the benefit of the doubt here, where he probably had quite a lot to do with it, but it's just typical trap shit. It's the most generic. Like if I type trap drum beat or something, free backing track on YouTube, it'll come up with that.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's just about being on top and money and power and
It feels like sort of just a throwaway track one of the lesser ASAPs did.
yeah. And in this, Kanye seems really like I put Super Saiyan bipolar mode. So, I don't know
Yeah.
what I meant by that.
I mean, makes sense.
And you've got like the distorted like piano notes for the beat. It's like,
It's like I sort of get what they're going for, but it feels so underproduced.
underproduced and just pointless.
Yeah.
All right, where are we putting this trash?
E.
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 I actually forgot about this song when right at the start I said I generally think all of these are a C to S.
Yeah,
Well-
we did kind of forget.
All right, come on. Oh fuck, we still got fucking loads to go.
We got a lot to go, and we're 25 minutes in.
All right, go for it.
Let's go. I'm just going through my list here. Try to find some more bad ones. Just so we're not like just putting everything in A. in there. I Kill for Fun.
Bitch, I'm a killer. Loaded the car, but I'm all about my skiller. Robbing these niggas and taking these niggas.
Okay.
I do not like this one. At least as a
was
Kanye
this?
song.
No.
It's,
What was this one supposed to be from? What was this?
I'm pretty sure it was from Yandhi,
Okay.
but like it's just a boring trap song. Like it's
Again, yeah, you're right. It's like
Melly, whatever his name is. Like he basically did most of the song. Like it's just kind of boring. I don't like his like rapping anyway. Like he doesn't have a good voice, and I'm pretty sure he's in prison now.
I think they all are, but especially him. He definitely is. Yeah. But like you can tell that like it's just so nothing because all I wrote was standard trap beat. Only gets interesting by the time it's over. Because there's something that happens at the end instrumentally that's like, okay, here we go, and then it's off, it's done.
Yeah,
it's like,
there are a few little like cool chops and stuff that they throw in there, which I would, if I had to pick, I'd go with D for this one because it's still kind of interesting to listen to, but it's not particularly great. Yeah,
and it's just about. It's just about N-words trying to act up. Like that's literally like the whole thing. Okay,
yeah,
fine, cool. I can't relate. Maybe that's the problem though. I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna pick Alien.
Alien. Magical flying.
I feel like I shouldn't like it as much as I do.
You
But
really
I kind of
like
like it. It's kind of a bop.
Okay.
But it sounds more like a Migos song or like a Future song, like almost like he's kind of had pressure from other people and it's always been like, shit, maybe I should do like a beat like this, something like this. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, yeah, I think you're right there. Like that kind of Migos-y type sound, like with that main melody line.
But I do like the alien. I do kind of like the main line, and then I picked out, I'm an alien, I'm serious, even when she's on her period. I like
Great
that line. So, yeah.
I mean, sometimes the stupidest lines are the best ones. I mean, for me, I'd say about like C. Like, I don't particularly like it that much, but
I think it's structured weirdly as well. Like, it starts off one thing, and then in the middle it's different, and then it goes to a complete like beat change, but it's not natural at all. It's just completely like 3 different songs stitched together in a way. So
yeah. I mean, I've like written down here that it felt more like a Kids See Ghosts songs.
Yeah, okay. That's a good call.
But like the way it's sort of produced, it doesn't have the same like sort of instrumentals or like I don't know.
All right, good C tier then.
Okay.
All right, go on then. What we at next?
Let's go with Slave Name.
Every Sunday when it's not shame. West, every gas stain.
All right. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. I love this song.
This was one that I think this is one of the first ones I listened to off the playlist that you sent. And I've never heard it before. Don't know how. But yeah, I generally I think this is an S tier.
I'd go with S tier as well. But I mean,
tell
it's
me more
basically the whole thing is taken from this guy Delicate Steve. He's like a really cool guitarist. They just took like the intro to the track and like kind of repeated it, and it's got one of the coolest guitar tones ever. Like it's so sick, and like I don't know, the like main like chorus Kanye comes up for it sounds so perfect, like with how he's like layered his voice and like kind of auto-tuned it.
Yeah. And the message is really good as well. Like it's just again it's that personal thing.
Yeah.
But
like
and then I was just gonna bring up Ant Clemens again doing like the backing vocal stuff in it as well. Like he's fucking awesome. But
yeah, he's got a great voice for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, easy S tier.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, that was an easy one.
Yeah. Good.
Let's see. Fall Out of Heaven.
Okay.
Woke up my dick crooked as the Nike sign. Pop stunning with the running.
What do you think?
I don't really know what to say about this one because I think it's all right, but like I don't know. Nothing about it is really that interesting to me. Like it doesn't feel like powerful enough, like musically. Like it doesn't hit, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't hit at all, does it? It's not like there was one line. Now I didn't go back and look at the lyrics. This is what I heard, so I don't know if this is right. My dick crooked like a Nike sign.
Yes, that is a line in the song.
Okay, good. I just wanted to hear that.
Well, by the way, this is the song that eventually became famous off of Life of Pablo. You know, the Taylor song.
Yeah.
And,
all right. Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Which is I think that is so much better than this. Like they completely changed up like all like the layering and like the fucking instrumentals. It sounds so much better.
Yeah. It's one of those things as well where like this was the main one that I listened to where the mix was so fucking weird that it sounded like he grabbed my cheeks and he was rapping to me. Because it's like you can hear like the cinematic instrumental at the start. I mean that's kind of cool anyway. So far in the distance, and then he's like,
dick crooked like a Nike sign. It's like
why did you have to do the Michael Jackson voice?
I don't know. I don't know why. I feel like in his intimate moments, he probably talks like Michael Jackson.
Probably. He's very soft.
All right, where's this?
I'd say about D.
Yeah,
D's
unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry about this one. I don't remember who was featured on that song, but
I didn't write anything down.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Right, go on then.
What haven't we done? Let's see. Is Believe What I Say?
just one time for the record. Just one time.
Well, it's kind of a weird one because it was just only really released through like a Twitter video he posted of like a work in progress.
Oh,
and
okay.
It has the same vibe as Lift Yourself gives me, where it's like it's more of just a beat rather than a full song, but it's so dope. Like,
I
it's
think
such
again, this
dope
is
beat.
like a good, like Donda. It's like a good intro kind of thing. It's got that like it's really short and sweet.
Yeah.
I wrote this sounds like a theme tune to if Kanye made his own like sitcom, it would be like the theme tune to it, and it would be like Emmy nominated.
Yeah. Obviously, it would be. Yeah, the West.
The West.
Oh. Yeah, I want Keeping Up with the Kardashians, except only the Ye moments.
I really wish you need to do an edit of that. You need to go through all how many years of
Oh,
like
God,
12,
it's a
15
long
years
time.
of
Just the bits with him in. I remember watching one bit in it where he like was sharing an ice cream cone with one of his
at the ice
daughters.
rink.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's really weird because he's like he's more happy to get it,
Yes,
Then
he's
his
so
daughter.
excited.
and he clearly doesn't want to be on camera. Like he's just there and he's like, "Come on, let's go." He like shuffles off.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
he's cute.
I'd put this about B. I think, if you agree.
A or B? Did you say?
I said B, but if you think A.
Okay. No, I'd say B. B's a good place. We can't be too generous here.
Yeah, because again, I think it's not a finished song. Like it's a work in progress.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna pick. Yeah. Okay. All right. Cash to Burn.
All you do is party, you just looking for somebody.
Okay.
Is
Tell
my
me what
next
you think.
pick for no reason. I put a song that I think many people have done the dirty deed to. Simply
Okay.
because of Kenny G.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's a very
And
sensual.
I do like
song.
it.
Yeah,
It's really good.
I agree. I like it, but the song as a whole, I don't think is that great. But like,
No.
it's a really nice one to listen to.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's one of the. It's not dark. It's like one of the ones that you said was quite hopeful before. It's like quite joyful. It's not too dark and sinister. It's just like Like,
Yeah, basically.
but yeah, I do love Kenny G. So I guess I'd put this maybe C.
Yeah, I think C is good. Because without the Kenny G aspect, it's not very interesting at all.
Yeah. There's nothing else to it if Kenny G ain't there.
Yeah.
But it can't be that hard to get Kenny G on anything. To be honest, I feel like he's an absolute cash cow. He's just a whore. So
Yeah. But, good for him.
right, what's next? Oh, by the way, I love how like I didn't really plan this, but the more that we're actually getting through this, we're really, we're deciphering the magical picture in the background.
Yeah, we get to finally see what's going on there.
All right, go on then. What's next?
Okay. What have we got here? Tom Cruise.
I couldn't find a picture to do with. The
You
actual-
just
no,
used
it's just
it.
Tom.
Yeah. I think this is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I really liked this one.
I wrote that it's an unintelligible masterpiece.
Yeah, it's total nonsense. Like,
I just love the bit where it's like Cruise jumping on them couches. The flow is really good and it just works. It's so
Yeah.
unnecessary, but
I know. Because it has that feeling of just something he threw together, but it just worked so well.
yeah. When you can just hear him mumbling later and it's nothing. Like, what is
Yeah.
going on? But the fact that it's called, just for novelty reasons,
The
this
fact
has
that it's just called Tom Cruise.
where would you put it then?
I'd say A.
Yeah, it's an easy A.
Yeah.
Well done, Tom.
Yeah. It's just a short and sweet track. It's great. I was trying to think what else. God, I'm trying to think what other ones we have. You pick one. You go.
I'm going to go for one that it's weird because I almost don't like it because of how it sounds like it's trying to be a top 10 hit, and I'm sure it could have been if it was released, but for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
It's When I See It with The Weeknd.
And then my phone started ringing. Love, it's in the
Okay, yeah.
How do you feel about this song?
I don't particularly like it that much, but I'm also not. I'm not like a fan of The Weeknd, really. I don't know why.
I think he has a good voice, and like I think back in the early days, like when he was doing like stuff for Drake and shit, like Crew Love and all that, like his voice adds a lot. It's kind of like the guy we were saying about earlier, who does a lot of the backing vocals in Kanye's stuff. Like he's better like that. I don't like his own shit. And this is what I mean. This song doesn't really sound like a Kanye song at all.
No.
More like a vehicle for The Weeknd. So
It's also overly long without any like progression to it.
yeah, the only thing that really happens is there's like a cool kind of droning guitar solos like later on. Like the kind of ambience to it is really cool, but I don't know.
It felt to me like it was trying to be Runaway Part 2, which is
Yeah,
like
that's
one
a
of the
good-
only times like a really long Kanye song works. Like
Yeah.
and like the sort of vocoder like guitar sounding like outro to that song is so great, but doing it like with this, it just doesn't feel as impactful or personal at all.
Yeah. It's almost like the reins were taken away from Kanye producing this. Like someone else super generic got hold of it and was like, you know, I've mixed stuff for like Rita Ora. I'm gonna do this. So,
Oh, not her.
no, anyone but her. I did put though, this would be a phenomenal like concert ballad closer. Like imagine seeing him his last tour ever, and like at least instrumentally, if this was playing and he's doing some weird shit on the stage, I can imagine this working quite
That
well.
could be pretty cool, yeah.
All right, so where are you thinking? Because I'm kind of at D.
Yeah, I think D's a good shout.
Nice. Right. What next? Jesus,
All right.
we still got...
By Your Side. It's a nice song, I think, but it didn't have much flavor. It needed like at one point, you know, like that really hard verse that just goes hard, or like some like breakdown or something. It just felt like it was missing something to me.
Yeah, and it almost sounds quite derivative. I mean, I know it uses like MJ. You know, it's got some stuff going on there that is kind of taken from, but it literally sounds like Halo by Beyonce, and I couldn't get that out of my head. There's a bit at the end of Halo where it's just like she's like singing, it's all like a cappella almost, and it's like a rip-off of it, and I couldn't get that out of my head. But that was the only thing that stood out to me. I like the gospel side of it, like, but yeah, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it just
Doesn't tickle me.
doesn't hit me in that funny place that Kanye usually hits.
The Kanye bone that everyone has.
Yeah. So
All
yeah,
right. Well, where are we putting this?
I'd say like probably D as well.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Kanye. If Kanye's watching this, what would you say to him?
Even a D rank Kanye song is better than most hip hop songs.
Oh, literally, if we put these 4 songs against other hip hop songs or any song right now, they'd be at like A.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see here. So, I'll pick one that I don't think I really know how to feel about it, which is, let me just see. I don't think I even wrote anything down for this one, so maybe I'm speaking out of my arsehole. Chakras?
Came for 400 years, the prophecy 2019. Them niggas is
Oh, okay, yes.
I didn't write anything down about it.
I loved Chakras.
Okay.
I think it's really cool because it's what became Seller off of Jesus is King.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah.
And this just feels so much more like raw than that. Even I think they're both great but for completely different reasons. Like this sounds more like a Yeezus track with how like industrial and bare bones it is.
Yeah.
Like in that like end verse, like kind of breakdown. There's like no instrumentals until the very end, and then it's just a single like beating drum over like Kanye like woofing like a dog. Like barking. Like it's just really, I just think it sounds really cool, and it's such a hype song.
I suppose, yeah, it actually did remind me of like Black Skinhead.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so I do actually quite like it. I feel like I didn't quite take it in when I first listened to it, but I do remember liking it. I do think it is good.
Yeah, so
where would you?
This is an A tier for me, possible S, but we'll come back to that.
All right,
but I probably wouldn't give it an S tier just for the sole fact that we did technically get this song, just like a different version of it.
Yeah, it's like you said. How do you rank these as their own songs or compared to other versions that were released?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go on then.
What have we got? What about I Feel Like That?
Do you feel temper outbursts that you cannot control?
It was just a song that just wasn't very interesting.
Yeah.
Like the mix is
that's
terrible. There's no progression. His flow is pretty poor compared to normal.
Even I didn't think you'd ever say that about him.
I know. But again, it wasn't released probably for that reason.
True.
And like,
I actually don't even. I think it's so forgettable. I didn't actually get an image for it.
damn.
So I guess that kind of says it all.
Yeah. But
Oh no, I have. Here's the image.
oh, it's this
little
one. It's just him. So, I would probably put it at E. I don't know if you think differently or.
No, it just sounds like a nothing. Like he was throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what would stick, and somehow the recording got out. Like
Yeah, his
he's just like
his laptop stealing cousin.
All right.
Yeah. Plus,
Sad Kanye down
it
here.
was from like the Life of Pablo era, which is such like a I don't know. That's such an interestingly mixed and like some of the like more industrial like 808 type stuff from that sounded really cool, and there was just none of that in this.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
It would have been fine if it was going for a different vibe, but it has no vibe. It's like I don't really know. But
such a bland song.
yeah. All right. I think maybe we go for Mama's Boyfriend.
What do you think of this one?
This is one of the most kind of unique and upbeat Kanye songs. In the most in just fucking weird way, and it's got like the ska melody to it. Like it sounds like something Sublime would have done, like in the 90s. It's so fucking weird. But it's got a summer vibe. It's got a good groove. The bass is sick.
Yeah, I think I've had that written down. Summer vibes, like it's I don't know. It's such a like joyful song, and like I never thought you could take like a Billy Joel sample and turn it like full on like hip hoppy like funk.
This is why like the beat tape I wanted to put at A, because there's things in that where he's done the same thing, where you can tell that's how he was like, the way he internalizes like these kind of songs that he's heard in his past and like things that meant stuff to him. It's not like most rappers where it's like they have to like sample other big rap songs. Like this is so out of left field for a rapper.
Yeah, definitely.
Like where would you put it?
I actually would put it probably S.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
because again, like it's just so unique and like so cool. Like his verse on it isn't like, you know, his most amazing one ever, but it fits the song really well.
Yeah.
And I think if this was like a properly mixed and got released on an album, it'd be really cool.
Yeah. And I got to give a shout out to the I mean, I won't say it, but like the hook that's also going on with the vocals right at the start, like the sample.
Yes, we can't say.
I've had that stuck in my head. No, all right, it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know if he did that or if that's a sample from something. Like, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like him. It sounds like an entourage he might have had. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's really cool.
All right, go on then.
What else have we even got here? I don't even remember.
All right, so we have City in the Sky,
Okay.
LA Monster, Southside Serenade.
Okay, should we just go through these three because all of them I don't think are particularly very good.
Yeah. All right, City in the Sky.
City in
do
the
you think?
Sky. Again, it has some really cool like chops and instrumentation in it. That's just like really creative, but the song as a whole is just a bunch of nothing. Doesn't feel like it goes anywhere. There's no like chorus or anything.
Yeah, I think all I put was. Yeah, I mean, it's like. Again, anytime Kanye has like gospel stuff going on and like old school R&B vibes to it, like kind of quite pure churchian kind of stuff, like I fucking love it.
Yeah.
But it is, yeah, it reminds me a bit of Ultralight Beam. Before like the heavy drops come in, like, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit kind of nothing.
I still think it's very cool sounding, so I'd give it like at least a D or a C.
I might give it a C just because I do really like the instrumentation, like, and the structure of like the layering of everything.
Yeah.
It's really cool. All right, well that was fucking easy. That was a good one.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right, Southside Serenade.
Southside Serenade. What did I even write for this one? Because I don't remember it well enough to have a great opinion on it. Like, the vocals aren't particularly great, I don't think. Like, they sound kind of trash.
They do sound pretty shit. I thought the melody was quite good. Like, it's super simple. There's like barely anything going on, like lyric-wise in this song. It's just like a weird little kind of anthem that you would do at like a cheerleading practice.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yeah, I think that's a
But
good
it feels
shout. It's
it
like,
should drop at some point, and it doesn't.
yeah, I think you're right. It's very anthem-y, but it just doesn't feel well for me. Like, I don't know, well mixed enough for it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the mix is pretty trash, and I just think it literally sounds like it's about to like go into like the next phase of it, and then it just
And it
that's
doesn't.
the end of the song. That's it. Like they could have really done something with this, but they didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. Ye didn't.
Yeah.
So
So,
what D?
yeah, I think D's good.
Nice. Right, we've only got 3.
So
Left.
run me down. What are these three?
We've got 80 Degrees / Hurricane. We also have LA Monster
LA Monster.
and Up From The Ashes.
Okay. Up From The Ashes and LA Monster. Should we do those?
All right.
Because I don't really like either of them that much.
So this is LA Monster.
I can't even tell what that image is. Like, I can't tell what I'm looking at.
I think it's Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's just the Jesus is King thing, but
Okay. I mean,
I think the hook is kind of cool.
yeah. Again, to me, it just feels like a beat that he never finished.
Yeah.
And again, maybe
It is-
it's just because he hasn't, because it's off of something that, you know, could still come out, but
Yeah. I do like the there is a kind of cool like the vibe of the song is kind of cool. Like I put like how like one of the main catches is just like everybody trying to sell their souls, but I pray God for mine to keep kind of thing. Like that's kind of cool. I mean, it's like it's Kanye trying to take a stab at like LA Hollywood culture and like trying to get fame. Like it's okay.
I think everything off of Donda lyrically is really cool. Like everything he kind of writes, but it's just I don't know. For me, it just didn't work super well.
No. I there is a beat change in the last like 2 minutes of the song, and I think that's fucking sick. I feel like it should have that should have come in way earlier.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That part of it is really cool.
But then you're right.
I feel like I'm chatting way too much shit about it because I do still quite like it. I think it's still pretty good. It's just
it's funny. I'm actually changing my mind as we're talking about it because I'm remembering more about it.
Yeah,
but
because like it's still a really interesting listen.
Yeah. So where would you want to put it? Because you're right. It is actually really unique.
Yeah.
And interesting, but
I'd say like maybe B actually. But...
That is exactly what I was thinking. I love how like when we were shit talking the last few that were there, and you were like, eh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's B.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still super like excited at the potential of that album of Donda. Like,
yeah. It's funny looking at this because it's like it's such a well-rounded tier list.
Yeah, we've got a lot in the middle.
Yeah. Right. 80 degrees.
I chose not to be a slave. Dropped away, runners, now we run away.
I really like 80 Degrees. I would say it's probably the best of the Yandhi leaks.
Yeah, I think I'd agree. It's proper throwback vibes though. Like it feels like something out of the 90s, which I really like. And then he's got like the classic out of tune Kanye falsetto. Really works.
Yeah.
It's just a really humble sounding song.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it sounds like he's an independent rapper that hasn't been signed yet. It just something about it is really cool.
Yeah, it feels like he did like the entire thing like just himself.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's
GarageBand.
It feels authentically Kanye.
All right, where should we put it?
Probably either A or S, maybe. Say A.
Do you want to go for A?
Yeah.
Or yeah, because it doesn't give me like I don't know. It doesn't get like my juices flowing as much as an S tier would. But
yeah, I think that's fair.
Right now, I'm just. You gonna eat it? Right. This is Up From The Ashes.
Up From The Ashes. Okay.
God in heaven shining on you.
I feel like we haven't like chose an order of anything, and I think some people might skim through this video and be like, "Wow, they left that to last."
It must be the. I mean, it's the best one, or the worst one, or what? This one for me is just. It's not bad, but it feels very empty.
Yeah. I think again, this is a very. I like the fact that it's quite personal.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of a personal track. Like the whole like, it's very meditative, and like his whole like hook of like, I come to you free of pride, and then later on it's like I climbed to you free of like. It's very biblical. Like I do like that about it, but you're right. It's just so empty and unfulfilling.
Yeah, like the structure of it is like kind of interesting, like how it's all put together. But yeah, I wouldn't say ever. It should have like a much stronger like chorus or something, I think.
Yeah.
And that would probably make it work for me a lot better.
All right, where are we thinking for this last one then?
I'd say maybe C. I think.
Yeah, I think that's quite good because it isn't devoid of meaning. Like I can still hear it in my head, kind of thing. And I've only listened to it like twice.
Yeah.
Well, It may have taken 4 hours.
Maybe.
But we've made a pretty compelling list here. Anything you would want to change? Not that you can remember what half of these are now.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, so am I. I feel like we did actually put thought into it.
Yeah. I think some people might be a bit annoyed because there's probably a lot of songs that we didn't include, like off of Donda as well. But I didn't want to include every single one because some of them just aren't particularly very interesting. And again, it might still come out, so
that's true. I think we've done quite well. I think, like, I know everyone jokes, like, when he says, like, I am a genius. Like, he kind of is.
He very much is.
I think he's, like, I mean, no one has lasted this long by, like, and keeps adapting and changing.
No, like, there's so many people you see who become, like, creatively bankrupt, like, who have, been going as long as this.
Yeah.
Like, people like maybe Jay-Z is still really good, but I wouldn't say like his sound has changed in the same way that Kanye's has.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like, yeah, someone like Jay-Z, good example, because he's still good lyrically, but the way in which he raps and like his prose and stuff is just so like, it just sounds like every other one of his songs. And I have the same thing with like Eminem. All of his fucking songs since 2010 sound the same.
Yeah. And
Like,
they're nowhere near as good as the OG stuff.
No. Yet Kanye, it's something different every time.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, even the stuff here that we've ranked, like D, is still so interesting to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say.
Well, I think Kanye is quite happy at our decisions, so
I'd like to think he'd be proud of this list.
he would. Well, thanks for watching two white guys deconstruct black guys' music.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. If anyone has any comments or wants to have a go at us for any reason because we've put these in orders that they don't agree with,
then yes, please come at me, bro.
yeah, let us know. And fuck you. So, bye.
All right. Bye.